Etapu, Namaste, Haru Nefer, Assalamu Alaikum. May Buddha bless you. Grand Rising. This is Qesankh Keperu with a new video for you. And today we're going to talk about the secret key to manifesting. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button on this video. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications of when I go live and when I upload recorded videos. And if you're interested in knowing more about my spiritual teachings, sorry, I was distracted by the chat there. You can scroll down below, click on any one of the links, and download a free ebook. Now, I want to get into the subject real quick because this is going to be a quick hit video where I'm going to be talking about something that is a real concern to me. The other day I was watching a video by a so-called guru, and he was talking about manifesting. And he was saying that you got to have a vision, you got to know exactly what you want, you write it down, you meditate upon it, and then you forget about it and then move on, and it will manifest. And he was so certain that this works, you know. And it's kind of like boxing in a way. You know how you would have, like, for example, Tyson. The trainers could train individuals like Tyson and make them superstars, to make them unbeatable. But those trainers themselves don't make very good boxers, don't make very good champions, or can never reach that level. And when I see these gurus talking about how you can manifest, they tend to leave out something very, very important. And Michael Talbot, in his book, The Holographic Universe, spoke about this. So this guru seemed to be well-meaning, but what he talked about would not work. And we know many people who have bought The Secret, The Law of Attraction, reality transurfing, and couldn't make it work. And they were dedicated, man. They wrote down what they wanted. They visualized it. They felt the emotion. It didn't happen. Why? Why didn't it happen? Because there was something missing that these gurus, and this one in particular, overlooked. And it is a huge mistake, a huge mistake. And I'm going to explain it to you and in a way where it'll make sense and you'll go, aha. If I want to manifest something, I know exactly the process to go about it. I've outlined the process to you, my subscribers. You know exactly what to do. And in me implementing my process, it tends to work, and very quickly. Now, let's say I were to take a newbie and sit him or her down, explain the process. And I pulled them off the street and explained the process to them. And we started out with something small, saying you get a manifest $100 within 48 hours. And the newbie went through the process, and 48 hours later, nothing, which is typical. I've seen those results. What happened then? Well, you see, when you want to become a master at manifesting, there is a prerequisite to manifesting that most so-called internet spiritual coaches and gurus forget or don't know. And that is, you have to first lay the foundation to build upon the manifesting. And what is that foundation? Michael Talbot said that he traveled the world to study those individuals who manifested things fairly quickly. And he found that they all had one thing in common. What was that one thing? Belief. Belief. That is the secret ingredient. And this is explained on the Kemetic tree of life, the bottom trigram, which reveals to you how to manifest. You have what? You have Auset, which is trance. You have Heteru, which is visualization. And you have sebek, which is what? Belief. And it gives birth to your what? Your haru, your will. Haru is the will. Without the foundation of belief, you're operating in deficiency, and what you're attempting to do won't work. And their process is good. It just misses that one important thing. Because, see, the gurus explain it to you because they have firsthand experience that it works. So they don't touch upon the idea of, oh, you've got to believe. I remember I was watching this vampire movie. It was Lost Boys, but it wasn't the first one. It was like number 4, you know? And the guy sprinkled holy water on a vampire. And the vampire laughed. And he said, you have to believe for that to work on me. And that is so true. See, the process means nothing without the foundation. I can manifest because I've seen the results prior. So I believe. These gurus can manifest because they've seen their results, so they believe. But giving you the process without first telling you that you got to believe. Now, you can't dupe your mind. You can't say, I believe, I believe. It's not going to happen. That doesn't work. Because you have your logical faculty, which is sebek, left brain, which is going to cast doubt into the whole thing and spoil it. This is why you have to let it go and believe it will come to fruition. But that's easier said than done. Do you understand? And there are different degrees of believing. Some people believe wholeheartedly in something that it actually can change their body chemistry. They can actually heal themselves. Other people don't believe at all. And no matter what magical formula, what process you give them, it never works. And what that does is to serve as to reconfirm their own belief system that it doesn't work. I remember watching a news program where they were trying to disprove voodoo. And they're going to do this by offering this voodoo priest some money to put a curse on the newscaster to see if voodoo would work. The voodoo priest did the ritual, which would, in some sense, say that he would either injure himself or die within a week. A week later, the newscaster was okay. Why didn't that work? Well, that wasn't a legitimate voodoo priest because if he was, he would have known what is required in that ritual to make it work. Not the belief, but the energy of anger, hatred toward that newscaster. You see, the language that magic speaks is emotions. And when you incorporate that into the process, then you have the secret ingredient, the secret sauce. So in order for you to be able to manifest things in your life, you have to first believe that it's possible, that it can happen to you. This is why it's easier for you to manifest $100 than to try and manifest a bag of $1 million sitting on the street. You can't fathom that. Your mind won't accept that can happen to you, even though finding $100 or finding the bag of money is really the same thing. But your mind has been conditioned by Western society to believe that it's different and that it can't happen to you. See, belief is another way of saying alternate state of consciousness. Because when you believe something, you do shift into a different level of trance. And then you're able to work miracles. This is why in my programs that I teach, one of the first things that the students learn is that everything is Maya. It's an illusion. It's a product of your mind. And it's not real. Now, with that core belief embedded in you, you're then able to manipulate reality because you understand that it's all a creation of yours anyway. So why not create stuff for your benefit? That is the prerequisite. That is what you have to lay down as the foundation, the belief first. Christians know this. This is why the Christian church relies heavily upon the belief in Jesus, the belief in Mary. They work that to death so that after a year or two, you become a Jesus freak because you believe so wholeheartedly in the blood of Jesus. Your heart and soul, you say, you proclaim, belongs to Jesus. That's how some have reported seeing Jesus and miracles performed on them from Jesus. And they're accurate. But the thing that they don't know is that it's all coming from within them. There is no outside Jesus or Mary. It's coming from within them, and they're manifesting an image of Jesus who heals them. So if you want to manifest a better job, money, what have you, yes, do the process, but you first have to ask yourself, do you believe? And if the answer is no, then you can forget about it. It's not going to happen. And how do we increase our belief system? Well, through testimonies, listen to other people. Go to YouTube and listen to other people who have success with law of attraction or reality transurfing. And then meditate consistently and visualize seeing results that will instill your belief. Because when you go into meditation, the altered state of consciousness, whatever you take into that state becomes reality. Because the mind doesn't know the difference between what you imagine and what's really happening. Or get involved in a hypnotherapy session. That's the quick way of believing in something. Because the hypnotherapist will implant the idea deep in your subconscious mind to where you will believe you can start to manifest things. You have to believe. That is the foundation. And then from the foundation, work the process. Go back and look at the Kemetic tree of life, the trigram at the very bottom. Again, Aset is trance, Heteru visualization, and Sebek, the third of the trigram, is belief. That's the secret formula. And the people I have the most difficulty with in helping them to manifest is lawyers, accountants, because they're very left brain. They're trained to doubt. They're trained to question. So it becomes a little bit more difficult for them to believe in the metaphysical. But we don't give up. I put them in a hypnosis session and they start to believe. I start chipping away at that brick wall, bit by bit by bit, until they start to believe. And then when they start to believe, their manifestations work. And when they see the evidence of that in the first manifestation, it builds upon their belief and they become stronger. They become a Jedi. So I wanted to give that to you today. Very important, because so many people out there are trying to manifest and it's not working, it's because they're missing that one thing that the gurus forget to tell them, that you must believe. This is Qesankh Ma'akeperu, son of Ma'at and Tehuti. Ma'at is the beautiful goddess Heteru. Until the next video, I'm in Ra.